Today I am going to talk about the gap theory and theistic evolution. Let's start with the gap theory. The gap theory suggested that many years have passed between Genesis 1:1 and Genesis 1:2, where the world was destroyed because of Satan. The six-day creation written in the Bible is a recreation of the world instead of creation. There are a lot of people who believed in this theory because there is a direct contrast between the two verses. The second verse, as the theory suggested, is not what God intended to create. Genesis 1:2 describes the earth at the time as being without form, desolated, and uninhabitable. The phrase without form and desolated seems to require some type of judgment. Despite of the people believing in this theory, there are some flaws about the gap theory. The theory did not explain when did God create the universe, and God did not inform us or even hinted a gap between the two verses. If our world is really recreated, there should be a verse or something that states the world was created beforehand. There is also a contradiction about light. If the world was created before, and this is just a recreation of things that Satan destroyed, which is the earth, there should be light already. Why create light again? Let's talk about theistic evolution now. Theistic evolution is a view that regards religious teaching about God as compatible with modern scientific understanding about biological evolution. The theory suggested that evolution happened, but it was set in motion by God. Theistic evolution is a range of views about how the science of general evolution relates to religious beliefs, in contrast to special creation views. It blended science and biblical worldview. People who believe in science and people who believe in God can both believe in theistic evolution. However, there are still flaws about it. It lost the creation principle and concept. Theistic evolution gives a false representation of the nature of God because death and ghastliness are ascribed to the Creator as principle of the creation. The gap theory suggested a theory to explain the direct contrast of the first two verses of the Genesis. Theistic evolution is implying that evolution is controlled by God, or planned ahead by God. But there are little to none scripture support for theistic evolution. Both theories can be categorized as a gap theory because both of them suggest that time has passed between verses.